Yo, so I just wanted to gush a little bit about the first episode of Rock as a Lady's Modesty. I think this show could potentially be the underrated anime of spring 2025 for a few reasons. First of all, it does the girls' band dynamic extremely well. The choreography on the actual drumming and guitar work in the first episode is head and shoulders above what I am used to when it comes to seeing these animated. It had better CGI rendering than Girls Band Live, almost on par with the levels I see in Your Line April in terms of visual to sound quality. The drumming and guitar work itself was some of the most enjoyable, and making the Mickey Mousing effect, the seeing and the hearing going hand in hand doesn't always, it sounds simple, but simple things done well is true brilliance, and that's where the music in this show shines. Furthermore, it's fun. You take a bunch of girls who love rock and place them in the most snobby, prestigious, pretentious high school setting you can think of, and I find that extremely entertaining. The main character, one of the main characters, Lilisa, the blonde haired girl here, she comes from low birth, per se. And her mom recently remarried into this mogul tycoon corporate family. And now that she's attending the school, she has comported herself as a true lady, and she's elegant and reserved and intelligent. And after a month of being at the school, she already has a posse of sycophants who listen to her every whim. The only girl who rises above Lilisa in their grade is none other than the drummer of the band, Otaha, the black haired girl you see there. And when they're first introduced, it is like the meeting of Adam and Eve, or God and Adam, some iconic, momentous moment, and all the girls are fawning over the both of them seeing each other. The elegance is just too powerful. And here is where one of the biggest points of symbolism is dropped within the first episode, and it's Otaha's guitar pick. And the guitar pick is a serpent with a skull biting the serpent. And the serpent's in the shape of a circle. So this guitar pick symbolizes the breaking of the cycle. And that's what this rock band is going to do. That's what they're alluding to, is in this world of status and elegance, classical music, all of the sort of notions of rock being unruly, and for the deplorables of the world, for the derelicts, you know, for the plebs. And they are going to rewrite that. They're also introduced Lily's main goal of her, why she even puts in the effort to be this persona of a fine lady, is the noble maiden. And the noble maiden has it made. They get all the best connections, they're set up for life, and she wants to set her family up for life and herself. So she'll make that sacrifice and pretend to be this elegant, perfect, well rounded girl who she is, and she just loves guitar and she loves rock. and she's just a normal girl otherwise. And I think that getting placed in the first episode is also, there's our goal. It's not performing at the Bo-Katan like K-On! Or some of these other Girls Band Live, but it is becoming a noble maiden and somehow rewriting the rules, rewriting the old school Japanese rules, because there's also a scene with the headmistress and she's talking to Lily-san. She's talking about how important it is to be ladylike. It means to be of service. It means to sacrifice. And this is that old school traditional notion in much of the Asian world and in the West traditionally as well, of like women having to sacrifice for the household, for the family, for their husband, for their children. They can't pursue their interests. They can't. And somehow this rock band is going to rewrite those rules. And watching that dynamic play out and watching them battle each other for which ideologies reign supreme, I think is going to push this genre forward as a whole. And I enjoy that a lot. And finally, their battle, they have a guitar drummer session at the end of the episode when Lily Sub finally discovers Otaha playing the drums. And it is one of those non-battle battle moments in anime. It's animated, as I said earlier, the guitar and drum work are done beautifully. It looks beautiful. It sounds even better. And after the battle, we're hit with the biggest surprise. Otaha goes off on Lilizog, saying she's terrible, she sucks. You're seeing this whole like personification of Otaha's shadow self, of all of the non-pristine, non-right, all the ignoble, unruly, grosser parts of being a human that aren't allowed within that pristine, clean, high society, and not allowed of a lady of modesty. So there is this motif throughout the episode of the bird in the cage, and that's what happens to these girls within this society where they're placed. They're these beautiful creatures who have so much to do. They have so much they can do, but their wings are clipped and they have to stay inside a cage of the mores of society and what's allowed for them. Dress this way, look this way, talk this way, listen to this music, do these activities. And while Lilisa was raised common birth and she learned guitar from her father, she loves it. She loves it. It's a place of love. It's a place of joy. It's an outlet of remembering her father. So, but opposingly to that, which makes Lilisa and Otaha great foils, is Otasa was born into the noble lifestyle. She was raised in it from birth. And so she had to comport herself ladylike her entire life. She never had anywhere for those unsavory notions of what it means to be a human to go anywhere. But she found it in a drum kit, so it focuses all of that negative energy, all of the shadow self within one task. And when you take that much pent up energy over a lifetime, it comes out and you can feel it in the way that she plays the drums. It's emphatic, it's infectious, you can feel it. And I love that. I love how they depict that. And it shines through beautifully. So thank you, whoever made this anime, because it's fabulous. I recommend it to anyone. At least the first episode. We'll see where it goes, but it has huge potential, and I think this definitely could be the sleeper hit of anime season 2025 for spring. Peace.